Resilient communities in Africa. University students and emerging researchers are playing a pivotal role in this transformation by leading innovative research, community engagement initiatives, and regional collaborations. This evening's interview explores how university students and emerging researchers are advancing food system transformation in Botswana and Africa. To discuss how students-led research and university partnership can be harnessed to improve food security and promote sustainable agriculture in Africa. We are joined in studio by Prof. Ditiro Moalefe from BUAN, Acting Dean, Faculty of Research and Graduate Studies, as well as Mr. Gamonyo Aloysius Sam, PhD student in crop science, crop productions. Gentlemen, let me take this time to welcome you to BTV Studios. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, just to start with, when we talk food security, Prof, what are we talking about?
Thank you so much. Food security means all people at all times having social, physical, and economic access to food to meet dietary requirements and live productive and healthy life. So which actually gives an indication of how food is very, very critical, and food security is very, very important. Thank you.
So, Prof, why is food system transformation becoming a critical issue, particularly for Botswana and the Africa region as a whole?
Food security and transformation is very, very critical, especially within the context of climate change, because we receive rainfall, which is the major input into the biosphere-atmosphere interface where we grow our crops. And food fuels the economy. Food is life itself, and to live productive and healthy lives and propel the country forward, we need to keep evolving, transforming ourselves to adapt to needs or challenges of climate change and increasing food demand systems. As we develop, also become more affluent, we consume more, and hence we have to keep transforming and repositioning ourselves as a country and within the African context.
Thank you. So coming into you, Mr. Sam, as a newly graduate, in your view, what are the biggest challenges currently affecting food security and sustainable agriculture in Africa?
Thank you very much, sir, for the question. One of the biggest problems that we face to achieving food security in Africa is the issue of financing. Yeah. And we see that in 2014, there was a head of states gathered in Equatorial Guinea, where they discussed on the way forward to increasing food production. And in that, one of the key outstanding issues was to increase agricultural budget in all nations of Africa. And to really confirm that, brought about the comprehensive agriculture Africa Agricultural Development Program called CADAP, where every country in Africa should contribute at least 10% of the national budget to agriculture. And what was so interesting in that was that between 2014 to 2025, they were assured that they were attaining food security. But we are in 2025, yeah, and we are still talking about food security. So it means that no government in Africa has contributed 10% of the national budget, because they were seeing that at least at the end of the day, they should have 6% increase of food security. But it was not achieved, even up to now. So the biggest issue is the financing. So so there's a need that government pays more attention to agriculture by increasing the agricultural budget.
So what you are saying is that Africa as a whole, they are not yet able to feed themselves.
Yes, sir. Even though there are countries that are trying their best, they are doing very well, but not yet. There is no country that have attained food security in Africa. So it means we are all still developing systems to see how we can improve to get secure in food across Africa.
Yeah, Mr. Sam, university students and emerging researchers like you are said to be playing a pivotal role in transforming. How are you contributing to food security in terms of research?
Okay, thank you very much, sir. The agriculture initiatives and programs in Africa are guided by people who have the mindset to put forward strategies and goals to empower youth that will be able to accelerate programs in universities. There came about the regional university forum for capacity building called RUFORUM. They are across 40 countries in Africa, and they are operating in 175 universities. And their aim is to develop capacity of young scientists that will be able to do research in diverse fields, that will be able to inform what are the needs and what solution-based program that can be put in place to solve some of the issues in science. So my contribution, one of the pillars of RUFORUM is making sure that we work with smallholder farmers. Smallholder farmers has a huge population in every country, and in most cases they are very they are very vulnerable in the sense where they don't have income to do agriculture. So some of them are still using those crude seeds that we know that those seeds cannot produce higher yield. And those are the challenges that they face every time. So as a young emerging scientist, we have to identify those areas that farmers struggle to upscale their yield on a seasonal basis. So that's when we come in and bring crop diversification, where we have to improve seeds, we have to improve crops by doing breeding so that farmers will get high yielding seeds and high yielding crops that they will be able to plant and increase their yield. And also, farmers face the issue of crop protection. Sometimes they will plant their crop, but you will find out that there are other insects and environmental conditions that will make them also not to acquire higher yield. So the issue of climate change is a serious issue, and we know that for Botswana, it's a semi-arid desert, and we have erratic rainfall. It means farmers' agriculture are still rain-fed, but most of them don't have the cash to do irrigation. So if they plant their crops, you find out that the issue of drought is a serious problem, where sometimes they will not harvest anything. There was a case in 2022. We did a survey, and we found, especially with maize farmers, that there was high intensity of sunshine. Farmers who planted maize at that time, there was no rain, and coupled with pest infestation, most of the crops were stunted, so they were not able to harvest. So what they did, because they never had enough cash to buy chemicals to spray on the crop, and the crop was not producing, and maize has a period to grow at a certain stage. If it crosses that period, it will remain to where it is. So they were not able to harvest anything. So they left the maize in the field and went back home. So when we went and did assessment, they were saying that this is what we have. We couldn't get anything. So it means that government should empower the universities, strengthen the capacity of the universities through funding, that scientists will do research and produce drought-tolerant crops. That when the farmers grow, even if there is no rain, the plant will still strive and do well, so that they will be able to achieve crop productivity.
Yeah, indeed, funding is the only solution that can help youth to reach their potential. And
not really. In addition to that, capacity building. Capacity building is very important, and also the government should strengthen the arm of extension. Because if farmers are knowledgeable about these things and they are able to apply them in the field, they will also attain the yield that they need. So capacity building is key. That's why RUFORUM is building capacity through universities, and it is on the Pan-African level. So this is a continental collaboration where universities come together and share. Now I'm from Liberia, but I'm in Botswana doing my studies, and I'm also helping farmers to solve some of their problems that they are facing. So it is a good thing. So now we are sharing knowledge not only in the university, but also at the farmer level.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well said. Coming to you, Prof, how important are regional and international collaboration in advancing food systems transformation?
Thank you so much. Regional and international cooperations are very, very critical in transforming agriculture. If I can give, for example, with the regional universities for capacity building in agriculture, which the Government of Botswana is hosting through the Ministry of Higher Education in collaboration of BUAN. RUFORUM announces a renewed spotlight on the critical role the African youth, graduate students, and emerging researchers can play in transforming agriculture over the continent. It is these partnerships, these collaborations, that also will become local in content, but global in outlook. So we compete with the best, we share ideas, we share developmental pathways to move together and to benchmark and to help each other. So these are very, very critical, otherwise we can't work on our own. Of course, even when you talk funding modalities, they very much encourage collaborations and partnerships. Because at the end of the day, we have regional and continental commitments as member countries on how we can forge a common future. Like even when you look at the African Union Agenda 2063, the Africa we want. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So, Sam, coming to you, do we have gaps linking academic research to the needs of farmers, policymakers, and local communities?
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Yes, there are huge gaps that we have linking university, the farmers, policymakers, to So the gaps that have been identified in those places are the entire agriculture is of a value chain. And it is not only producing the products and bringing it to the market for consumption, but there is the entrepreneurship component. And in most cases, that part of agriculture is negligible, because we are just producing fruits, crops, and sometimes most of these products are highly perishable. So when the value addition component is lacking, so it's very important that along the way, all stakeholders are key players along the value chain. Policy makers are key players, because if I do research and identify issues that these are problems in the agricultural sector, so how can our results be packaged for government to add issue policies where we package our fundings and put it forward that government would inscribe that in their policies and then go forward. Because if they are formed into policies, there will always be funding capacities for those. And if the crops are off seasons, for example, or the tomatoes, we know very well that the tomato is perishable, and people like tomatoes a lot. So there will be a time that there will be no tomato on the market. Why? Because people didn't buy and everything spoiled and they throw it away. So the post-harvest component is very important, where maybe farmers can process the tomato and you can even reuse for over 6 months. In that way, it needs policy implication. It has policy implication. So another gap is linking the university with research institution and with the extension officers. So there are always gaps in between. The university should collaborate with the research institution, because there where you find a reservoir of knowledge, and you have technical people who design programs to do research through the university. And now the extension officers, after doing that, they will collect information from the research and then take it to the farmers level, because at the end of the day, whatever policies we do, it will have this what we call a trickle-down effect. It will have to affect the local people, because they are where we are. So to attain food, it means all these players will have to come in. So we have gaps in linking them together to form a team that will effectively collaborate and get the results that we want to improve food security.
Yeah, thank you, Sam. We've been talking of youth, Prof. Now, last question: what opportunities are there for young researchers who want to contribute to sustainable agriculture in Botswana and Africa? Be sure to run out of time.
Thank you so much. First of all, we have the legal framework. We have the opportune investment environment. We have different key players facilitated through the government, which actually motivates the youth. And we have also institutions of high learning, which are the centers for generating and advancing knowledge and research, which of course we see the efforts that governments across the continent, including Botswana, are putting in place to also improve on the science policy interface, like Resem has said, in terms of making sure that we work collaboratively with communities, the needs of our people as much as possible. Thank you.
Gentlemen, thank you for gracing our studio this evening. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's how we come to the end of our studio discussion this evening. Now we're going to 9 p.m. news bulletin with Khomotso Mapani.
World Television Day 2025, observed each year